All right. You know what today is? It's Monday, another night of romance and finance. You can catch us here each and every Monday night. I'm Tiana Moody. I'm a realtor, interior designer, and I have my co-host here with me, Rashidi, who's also a real estate agent, financial strategist. I have Tawana, who's also a financial literacy coach, and I have Kayleen, who's also a financial strategist. What's up, everybody? Until tonight, yeah. Well, tonight our topic is drum roll. Can I All right. So, how do you like to express love? Do you express love through money or affection? Money or affection, right? So that's the topic today. We would love to hear your thoughts and your comments. Please, if you're watching this live, make sure you tune in. And if you're watching this on the replay, just type in replay because we would love to hear your thoughts. So let's get into it, guys. Love or affection?
Well, I mean, I express my love through actions, right? That could be affection. That could be money. You know, it's not. I'm not so lovey-dovey, so to speak. Right? I have my moments to where I can be romantic. However, it's more about the action. So if I do something for you, that's me showing my love for you. Right? You know, it could be something minor, it could be something small, but that's how I show my love. I don't have to necessarily express it verbally, but I'm showing you through my actions. I could open the door for you. I can, you know, pay for an Uber. I can do, you know, whatever it is. I can grab the groceries for you. Whatever it is that I'm doing, that's me showing love. Without me saying, "Oh, I love you." You know, I don't have to. I can, but I'm expressing it through my actions more, because me talking without backing up those actions, it don't matter what I say if those actions don't follow behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Actions speak louder than words.
100%. So that's me as a man. That's how I show my love. I show it through my actions and what I do. You know.
So I like that. I have a small rebuttal.
Okay.
Because as a woman, I like to hear those words.
You like to hear them?
I love the action behind it.
Yeah.
Yes, but some women love to hear it. And I guess that's also determining what each other's love language is. Some people's love language is just action. Some people's love language is buying things, right? So learning it. So with that being said, for you, Kay, is that a conversation that you and your significant other have? Like, do you know that she's willing to accept just your action as your show of love? Or do you know for a fact that she loves to hear that every once in a while? Hey, I love you, babe.
Truth be told, to your point, I know she wants to hear it. So me as a man, I got to understand that that's part of it. You know, I'm going to say it. But if we weigh it on the Libra scale, I'm going to still show it more than I say it, if that makes sense. You know, I think it's important to still say it, to express that, you know, but I'm going to still show through my actions. And to your point, saying the love language, right? I think it's important for women to know that for a man's love language, it is his action. You know, so even if you may not verbally say it all the time, y'all got to understand that us doing the things for you guys, right? That is expressing our love. Like, that's how we express our love, is through that physical action, through doing things for you guys. Because if you guys are not all right, you can't be all right mentally.
Yes, sure.
You get what I'm saying? Like, we are the overseers of everything. So if you guys are not good, there's no way we could be good. So we make sure that we express that through our actions. You know?
Yeah, I think that's true. But I also agree with T said, because women, we do need that affirmation, or just to be like reassured every once in a while that, and I think it has a lot to do with how you were raised and how you grew up. I know sometimes a lot of families don't say I love you a lot. Which is why I'm very big on always telling my children that I love them, because I want them to feel comfortable enough to be able to say that. I tell my friends I love them. I have no hard feelings about saying like I love you. So that's just, I think that it's important to tell your significant other that you do love them, and to give them kind words too. And again, like you said, T, it's all about love language and what's your language,
right?
And how you feel loved, right? So yeah,
I think that's important. The fact that you said of how you was raised, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, my grandmother, she was Jamaican. Like, she always told, like, if we told her, "Oh, we love you, grandma," she was like, "No, don't show me enough." Yeah, she said, don't tell me you must show me how you love me. You know?
Okay.
Show me.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, yo, it clicked for me because when I would do stuff for her, I would see the smirk on her face. I would see the little facial expressions. It lets me know that she would appreciate the little things that I did for her. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not that I couldn't tell I love her. It's just that I seen the glow once I did something for her, if that made sense. You get what I'm saying? So that was it.
So I guess my question for everybody is, why none of y'all answer the question? The question was, do you express love through money or affection?
Actually, did. I actually said
Nope.
I did both, so that's why I expressed it.
You
That
did
way.
both?
Yeah, so I said I showed through the money, and I showed through the affection. I'm showing through the fact that I said the action can be anything,
Okay.
and that's including me spending money.
Okay. You said that now. Just
No, I said so. Does an Uber cost money or no? Yes, it does. So you get what I'm saying? So I told you through the money. There's no way. Think about it. Even the word, right? When you say appreciation, that's a financial term. To appreciate. So when you say, "Oh, I appreciate you," you can't possibly appreciate me without the money factor in it.
I like that part.
You get what I'm saying?
No, I like that because you're using your words. That's what I was trying to get you to do.
I hear you.
There we go. We pull it out.
We
pull it out.
I get it.
I love it. No, I mean, I think definitely in general, I speak for myself. I definitely show affection through money. I express love, should I say, through money and affection. I think that, doing certain things, providing for my partner, providing for a family, making sure they're all right, financially, that's showing affection. Because at the end of the day, even though love is a word that gets tossed around a lot, and I love you, and to your point earlier on, coming from a West Indian background, if you saying I love you, but it's nothing following behind it, it means nothing. You know what I mean? And so, to your point, for me, it is about showing you love someone. And you can show them through money while still showing some affection.
Right.
Now, don't get me wrong, I gotta probably work more on the affection part. Yeah. But, I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's not a surprise, bro.
Thank you. But listen, that's my thing, personally. I mean, my thing is just like, hey, listen, you want more affection, but listen, if I die tomorrow, you good though, right? I don't know if you're gonna know about that affection, but you're gonna know about like I'm living okay financially. So I do think you do gotta have a healthier balance. To your point earlier on, Kay, I think we do gotta accept that men are changing now. Yeah. So I don't wanna make it specific to us. Generally speaking, it's a new generation. So more men are a little bit more emotional now and things of that nature. And they probably express love through, affection a lot more than back in our day.
Yeah. That's a real thing. I mean, and no, that.
I don't think men. Well, I can't speak for men, first of all, because I'm not a man, right? But from what I can see, I feel like men can be more affectionate these days than what they are. I feel like everything is like based off of social media. It's a lot easier to get a woman. Like I feel like you could just jump in somebody's DM. So I don't feel like people are really taking time to really be affectionate and really date and really show that romance side of things. I think everything is just so like quick and
it's
straight
about
to the
the
point.
selfishness and pleasing that other person. Nobody wants to court no more.
Right.
Maybe I'm so old school, but like courtship.
Dating.
Where is the courtship? That's what we need to do. Where's the courtship? And like T said,
wine and dine me.
Listen,
wait till my heart is some food. Take me to the restaurant.
Listen, food is the way to my soul. But to me, I find that I am more affectionate when my money and my finances is right. Like I am very affectionate. I feel like it just comes a lot more naturally. I'm not stressed. I'm not worried about money. So when I'm not worried about money, I can be so much more affectionate.
And that's the reason why I said
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that, because that's the reason why, us as men, we try our best to do the most and work and do what we have to do because we understand that concept. Part of our job is the protection, but it's not just the physical protection, it's also financial protection as well. So we know if your mind is at ease, right, you know, you can be at peace. If you're at peace,
I'm happy.
You happy? Now we have more peace. You get what I'm saying? Right. So we understand that concept, you know. That's why I say it's important for us to always take that action. And sometimes it may compromise some of our time, because you know it's always you don't spend enough time with each other. I get it, babe, but listen, I gotta go with this money because if I don't go with this money, then it's gonna be tough for that the protection mechanism that you're looking for financially. You get what I'm saying? So we try to find that balance, even if it's like 2 to 3 hours of the day that we spend, you know, with you. Even though we wanted to spend 6 or 7 like we planned, but listen, I gotta go. I gotta go because that financial protection is so important to us because we need you to have your peace. You understand what I'm saying? It's super important.
And so let me ask you, so you really want to spend 6-7 hours? I just want to clarify that real quick.
I want to spend. Yes. I want to spend more time. I want to spend more time.
Let's talk about that.
But unfortunately, there's times that I can't because we gotta, you know.
I feel like women, we always want to spend time with our men, right? I don't know. Some women.
Okay, so
I can't say all.
yes.
But why do you feel like they always wanna? It's just like you know y'all want to be with your boys more. You want to.
Oh, nah.
No. I don't. For me, I don't see it that way. I see it as okay. So like, yes, I want to spend time with my man, my husband. You know, however, I still need my girl time. I need my time to be out, and I've learned that like over the past few years, like you know, I need some me time. And I need my girl time because I need to rub off on some things with you, and you know, because think about it, you know, you have to have that time, and I learned this. You have to have that time alone, away from your spouse, because what the enemy does for one is when he sees things is going good, when he's trying to get to you and get you off course, he's going to use the closest person to you, which is your spouse or your significant other, then your kids, right? Those are the first things. So you have to get that time away because sometimes if you're just up under each other too much, it's like they're agitating you.
Yeah.
And I've learned men is the type of people too. Like I saw a video where the guy was like, you know, for women, they want to be, y'all want us near y'all, but not near y'all. Like y'all want us there, but not there. So like, even if we are like in another room, like you just have to be there, but don't be all up under you like that.
It's funny that you say that because that's a real thing. I'm not gonna lie to you, like you know, my woman, a woman is one of those things like, you know, all right, we could be watching TV, and in my head we spending marvelous time. But it's like, oh my God, can we talk? Are we watching the movie? We watching right now. Denzel's acting right now. We're watching John Q. It's my favorite part. Like, listen, look, pay attention. I think it's just the presence. So and you can't speak for all men, but generally speaking, it's just the presence of our women being there, and when that presence is there, it's satisfying to us. Correct. Whereas we understand for y'all, it's like, okay, I want to interact more. Yeah. I want to make sure we're constantly talking, and you're on my mind, and I want to know what you're thinking for the day. But to that point, you know, I can't speak for all men, but if you're a hardworking man too, though, sometimes you just want to come home and chill. The world done beat you up. You know what I mean? This person cursing you out. You got to have you cool. And sometimes just your presence being there alone and doing the little simple things is truly enough. Honestly. And that's why for us, it's a little bit easier in that context. Now, don't get me wrong. Do we put our brain on slow at that time? Absolutely. You know, during those times, my brain is Homer Simpson. That's it, though. Like, this little cartoon running in my head and I'm watching the movie. That's it. Like, you know, but it doesn't mean that we don't want you there. We don't enjoy your company. Right. It's just levels to it. And when we're super relaxed, that's probably when we'll probably open up a little bit more in that situation.
Right.
But still in doses. But go ahead.
But I would like for us to get back to something that T said about, which I thought was interesting. You said when your finances is right, that's when you're willing to show more affection. Like mentally, you're there because you know that you're secure financially. I'm gonna be honest. I'm shocked to hear you say that as a woman because I thought men typically think that way.
Mhm.
You know, I never really looked
Yeah.
at it that way. So let's talk about that. Like, you know, Tiana expressed as a woman that she's more affectionate when she knows their finances together, because you know she's married. So when their finances is in order, then she's willing to shower him with any and everything, right? How do you guys feel about the finances part of it and showing? Does it affect you guys the same way? As far as like being with your woman, or if you're stressing about finances?
Well, I mean, we're always stressed about finances.
Really?
Yeah,
Men's
absolutely.
always stressed about that?
100%.
Look, first off, like, you know, of course, as men, from a male's perspective, what we intake is that you want us to be a provider and a protector. The protector part is a lot easier, of course, if you're not soft. But but for the most part, we get that point. We can protect. You know what I mean? It's in our natural instinct to protect. So that's not too hard. But with the ever evolving times and changing in the economy and different transitions, finances look different. Finances even look different as a man now. We joke all the time, like me and Kate joke all the time about like it's way harder to be a man now than it was back in the day. You know what I mean? And it's not because we didn't evolve, but it was because things evolved. Women y'all got jobs now. You know, some women make just as much money as you or more money than you. Versus it was easier on us, not defense. Because we made the money and we said what was going on, and that was pretty much it. And it was easier, not gonna lie to you. But now it's like, listen, Jessica, you know, I want you to do X, Y, Z. And she like, hold on. Somebody said I work 8 hours too. You know what I mean? So I just made that name randomly up.
Put that out there, right? That's hypothetical.
That's all I'm cracking up.
But it's just like, you know, now it's like 15 years ago was different. Now it's kind of like women always had say so. Let's get that straight. But it was just a different dynamic. You know what I mean? Now it's kind of like you have equal say so. You know what I mean? And we have to look at it differently as men. So that is an adjustment. And, you know, so I'm not making excuses, but I'm just being honest.
I just want to say, but I feel like women has always been the backbone. Look at
listen, I didn't say that.
I mean, come on, like, if you want to be honest, women, we always been holding it down in the just behind the scenes, but
right.
Okay.
You know, we
no rebuttal, right?
Yeah, no, we.
So to your point, you guys were always our backbone.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Still are.
You know, and still are. You know, there were just different roles. You know, we played that leadership role. You know, you guys were still part of the team. Always, it was a partnership, but there's different roles. You know, we were the captain of the ship at those times, and now these days, not all men, to Ra's point, are that captain of the ship, but we want to be. Why? Because for us, it's innate in us. It's in our nature for us to want to lead you on the proper path. But to the question of the finance, does it stress us out? Does it, you know, impact us? Absolutely. You know, we may think about the money, to be honest with you, more than you do, because once again, we still want to be that overseer of everything, not in a controlling way, but in a leadership way. Okay. So it definitely, absolutely, it definitely impacts us. We're thinking about it all the time. That's why the byproduct of that is us actually going out there a lot more and spending a lot more time in the field. And we have, like I said earlier, have to compromise our time because we need to make sure these things get done. And because once again, it goes back to that action being a part of our love language to you, to make sure you're good.
So let me ask. So when the finances are not, let's so to say, in order or things, because we all have highs and lows, right?
Correct.
So when there are lows in the finances, do you find it harder to be affectionate towards your woman at that time? Do you find like your sexual drive is low or high? Do you find like it's like with men? I know, like I said, with me, when my finances are rocky, my sex drive is low. I'm not as affectionate. I'm under a lot of stress and pressure, so it really messes with my mental, emotionally too. But when things are going good and deals are being made, and I'm just like so happy, I'm like on another high with my husband, and it takes me to another level. So with you guys, do you feel like it's easy for you to be affectionate when?
For me, me, either way, it doesn't affect me in a negative way, to be honest. Now, will it come across my mind from time to time? Yes. But as far as my performance, right, it ain't got nothing to do with it. Pipe is getting laid.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's not
Okay.
that's not a problem.
So it's not a problem.
Yeah, it's not in my opinion, it's not doesn't affect me in a negative.
Okay. What about you, Grandma?
I mean, finances in terms of that. Nah, it doesn't over stress me. I think at the end of the day, it's just about balance. But the question is no. Does it impact how affectionate we can be? Yes.
Yeah,
so what I will say is that, okay, if the finances is way off and I'm in super grind mode, instead of us, getting in together, 7, 8 times a week, it might be reduced to 4 times now.
Right.
Because I do have to focus as a man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's why even from a sports analogy standpoint, a boxer does not have sex before he gets into the ring because he has to stay focused. So to your point, you have to. It does play a role in terms of that particular situation. But as far as for lack of better words, of getting up, no, that's not going to be a problem because we still, we still don't get excited. It's not a thing. Not let's be fair to that, but just in general speaking. So.
And for women out there, we got to check to see the comments. I wanted to know for our audience out there, what is your love language?
And shout out to Judy. She says, you can love a person whether they are financially stable or not. You both have to communicate thereafter to grow financially in the future, to obtain their goals. Giving an example to start a business first and then start their family once finances are stable.
I was going to say that I'm glad Judy brought that up because I was going to say on the flip side, for women out there, if you're in a relationship and your husband is not contributing financially, does that also play effect on how you feel about your husband emotionally, or your boyfriend, or your significant other? Because everybody doesn't have a boyfriend or girlfriend, right? How does that play on how you feel about the partner? Does that make you look at them a certain way? Like if you see your partner, you're getting up every day for work, and you see the man on the couch, and the job is not. It's like
Absolutely, nigga.
Right. Get up. You gotta even if you gonna pretend like you got a job, you better go somewhere.
Something. I think, and when you just from you asking that question, it makes me think about why there are so many women who wants to take the lead in a relationship these days. Mm-hmm. Because men like that who are not stepping up to the plate, it's like we got to do what we got to do. God created women to be the helpmate. Mm-hmm. And in a marriage, it's like, yes, we follow the lead of the husband. However, if the husband is taking us off a cliff, we got to step up. Mm-hmm. We can't let y'all kill both. Right. You can't, he created us for a reason. Yeah. So if you're going down the wrong path, then yes, we need to step up. That's the whole point of us being there to help y'all, right, to get y'all back on the right path. So, and it's such an unbalance these days. The world is just making us think that the way things are now is how it's supposed to be. When in actuality, it's not the way God created it to be. Mm-hmm. It's they're trying to make it common now, and that's not the way it's supposed to be. So that's why it is a lot of women who are stepping up and having that feeling like, dude, get up. Like, I'm going to work. I'm pulling in 6 figures. Not that the woman is putting the man down because she's making more money than him, but if you are going to lack in the finances, then you need to pick up somewhere else in the relationship.
Right.
That makes sense. And to add to that, that's the reason why when we were talking about as far as allocating time on, as far as, okay, spending time with this person, that's the reason why it's good, for men to get together and connect, right? Mm-hmm. Because the brotherhood is important, right? This helps, keep men on track as far as where you at, the leadership, the conversations, because naturally, men, we don't express ourselves as much as we should, right? Mm-hmm. So that brotherhood is super important. It's key for the future because one, it'll help in the relationships, help that man lead that woman just by having a conversation. Mm-hmm. Me and Rob, we talk all the time. We talk every single day. We process things all the time. So those conversations that me and him have now it can be processed and it can help us grow in those relationships. I hope that makes sense. Right. And so in the general aspect of things, not enough men, you don't have too much brotherhood in the communities, and that'll help catapult that process of what Tawana is talking about right now.
Yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up because some men are so prideful that they don't even want to share that vulnerability, that word, with the next man, right? Pride. And I feel like, yes, you guys grew up from sand and to where you are now, so your family, so you can do that. But, you know, like, do y'all have someone outside of family that y'all go to or you can go to? Because I find like men don't want to even admit that. Yeah. You know, due to pride, some men don't want to admit that. And I'm not saying it because I'm guessing men. Like, I've had conversations with men who was just like, yeah, I don't trust no one. Mm-hmm. I've had a conversation with a man when he was like, I don't trust no one. Yeah. And I'm like, you have to have some type of man. Like, I feel like some men need some type of mentorship. You know, you need that. But when you have men who don't want to do that, that's when us women are stepping up.
And to answer your question, we do, but it's a very, very small circle. Outside of me, it's a very, very small circle. And it sometimes it is the length of the relationship, so it's people that we grew up with, but then also sometimes it's the strength of the relationship. Because I have people that, you know, I've known for a few years, but me and that person are more closer than me and that guy are more closer than, you know, someone that I've known for 30 years, if that makes sense. I only knew him for a few years. But it's that connection. I feel like I could confide in that person, that trust level is there. But once again, that circle is very, very small, you know? And generally speaking, you know, the guy you was talking about, that's the main thing for a lot of men out there. Like, you know, they can't trust a lot of people out there. You know, probably from past experiences, probably, you know, the way they was raised, you know, those things play a factor of why the trust isn't there. You know, so they can't express themselves and talk. You know?
Yeah, but I think it's important. I think what you guys are saying is true to the fact that when you get in with your group of peers, you learn things from each other and you can piggyback off of, you get ideas and stuff that helps you with your relationship internally too. And I think it's important to align yourself with people who are in the same realm as you, like, you know, married people or, you know, single people should hang with single people and married people should hang with married people and so on and so forth, because you could just build off of one another.
Absolutely.
And not even that, like, let's talk to the older saints who done been there and done that. Where we can learn, not just saints. My spiritual side is kicking in, which is no problem. But, you know, talk to older generations. Like my grandma Becky, my only living grandparent right now. Like, every opportunity that I get to sit with her, I talk. Like, I learned a lot about her and her marriage. Right. You know, and like you said, back in the days and how my grandfather was as far as a provider and stuff, like, we need to be having these conversations with the older saints.
That's true.
Because a lot of the times us as a younger generation, especially people who are newly married and stuff, they don't understand that what they're going through is just cycles that have them repeated. Everything, history is repeating. This is nothing new. This man, what he's doing to you is not the same thing. That you're not the first one he's did it towards, the first person that's happened to. So, like you said, married people speak to other married people, especially people who've been married longer, to kind of get the wisdom from them. Singles being with singles, especially someone who's older, who done been here, done that, how they would stand in their singleness, or, you know, their trials and tribulations. And let's talk to the seasoned people.
You know, to your point, I had this little 33% rule as far as the connections and who you should be involved with. So 33% of the people that you connect with should be older as far as for the wisdom, right? So you can learn from them. Another 33% should be your peers, that, you know, your equals, right? And then another 33% should be people who you're trying to mentor, you're trying to teach. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, because you can learn from each group, you know, teach.
To your point, there's not a lot of males that have male figures and things of that nature. So it's, you know, kind of like us, we have those male figures. We get to bypass that we have too much ego or too soft because we're cousins and close. We get to bypass that to be able to have real grown man conversations.
Right.
And so I think for men out there, it really is, we identify who those males are in our groups. And so it's a big for us to have those conversations. If it's one of those things where, you know, one of your guys is having a baby shower, you know what I mean? Like just the invitation alone, he'll come to the baby shower, doing stuff like growing up, like getting a gift. Me and Kay just went to a baby shower that one of our boys we grew up with just last week. We grew up. We went to the little thing with the RSVP and went on the registry. Stuff like that shows support because we went there, got the gift. So when he go home, he's gonna say, you know, I ain't write too much on the card. You know what I mean? Just, you know what I mean? The basic. I'm glad that we have to turn out to be decent humans. You know what I mean?
Right.
To have those conversations. So I think for men, it really is just the ones that are in a position to help guide. You have to do that, and like that's the saving grace at the end of the day. You know.
But that's actually bringing another point as far as a friendship. That's good to hear because love and affection to a friend as well outside of just your you know, Christmas or something like that. That is very important too, to make sure that we understand each other as friends on what it is that my affection or love for you, even if it's our friendships that we've been friends with for a long time, our families and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. What I will say though, yeah, we're probably not getting all these gifts though. Like, you know, like listen, we could go back to the top.
Tell y'all, when I get my affection and love to y'all is fussing at y'all when y'all ain't on point. That's I'm letting y'all know that.
No.
We have the exhibit coming up March the 1st. Our Hawaii seminar. We're going to be in Stanford. The address is 727. It's Street in Stanford, Connecticut. That's coming. Yes, that's March 1st. March 15th. Yep, 2 events. Same place, same location. That is our. Thank you. Food, I have drinks, pointers. Also, you want to be key speakers. Also, be big also in April. Looks like it's one interest, right? Be with music professionals. We have insurance professionals. Professionals also come network and learn the secrets of investing.